What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel. My name is JD, and today we're going to be aquascaping this 15-gallon tank behind me. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and if I do anything wrong, because I am newer to this, please go ahead, let me know down in the comments. If I do something right, again, I wouldn't mind hearing that as well. But I am definitely learning, and I hope to be able to share this experience with you guys, and I hope to be able to learn from you as well. And that all being said, enjoy the video. All right, first things first, guys, let's go ahead and start with the plants that I'm going to use, and then I'll also run through the substrate and some of the other decor that I plan on doing there, like the driftwood and what type of rocks. That all being said, I'm going to butcher these names of these plants. So please don't hate too much, but I'm going to do my absolute best. I have them written down, so I'm going to read them off as well. But yeah, please be kind, because some of these names, man, they are just rough. But that all being said, very first one that I'm going to have the most of, I think I got 6 of these. I did get all of these from Glass Aqua, and no, surprise, surprise, I'm not sponsored by anyone. I am brand new to this. So I got some Boost Mini Dark Needle. That one was not too bad, but I got 6 of those, I believe. I also got, oh gosh, this one's going to be a little bit harder. I got some Gang round boost pots, 3 pots of those. I also got some, oh man, here come the stems. They're hard. Alternatharia rhinecki. Yeah. Anyways, I believe I said that as best as I'm ever going to say it. And then I also got these beautiful ones right here. And these are the Rotella rhododefolia orange juice. I think these are going to be beautiful. I like stems because they are the gift that keeps on going. If you can get them going and just keep trimming them and replanting. I don't have tons and tons of money to be doing this, so try to get the most out of what I can with these plants. And then I also ended up getting some cryptocorin spiralis. Anyways, these guys to go in the back to kind of start filling in and kind of having that little droop over effect. But yeah, those are the plants that I got. As far as the substrate, what I'm going to be using is the fluval stratum. And then to cap all that, I will be using this premium aquarium sand. I think that'll work. I've done it in some of my smaller tanks, and I haven't had any issues so far, and the plants seem to be pretty healthy. And then I will also be using river rock. This stuff down here. I got a bunch to choose from. I have a bunch of smaller ones as well. And then I will also be using this driftwood. Yeah, I think it should all turn out pretty good. I kind of played around with the driftwood before, setting it in there and seeing what it would work, and I think I came up with something pretty good. And then as far as lighting, I am using these lights right here. What is the Lamini? Is that how you say it? Yeah, I think they're the 15 watts. But anyways, I like them. I have them on a bunch of my smaller tanks as well. They seem to grow pretty well. And I also have the larger, I think 75 or 80 watts on my cichlid tank. So I just really like them. They do pretty well. That all being said, we're going to go ahead and start with the substrate, laying in the foundation with the stratum, and then capping over that. And then we're going to kind of just mess around with some placement until we find something we like, and we'll go from there. All right, first things first. Like I said, we're going to start with the stratum. And I seriously have no idea how to fix the glares off of this. I watched a lot of these other guys, and their shots are always great. If you guys have any suggestions on how to prevent the glaring, I would really appreciate it. So again, please comment. I definitely like to hear from you guys. Anyways, we're going to go ahead. We're going to start with the stratum. I am going to use this to kind of pour it in. In my idea of what I got going on, I am going to basically be putting the nutrients towards the middle and to the right side of the tank. Also, this is not the final home of this tank. The tank will be going up on my shelves over here. But I thought, as far as like building it out, this is the best way to do it. But let's go ahead, open this bag up, and start laying our foundation. Note to self, use scissors, not the knife. Be much, much cleaner. And I had them right here the whole time. Smart. I'm telling you. I'm a thinker. Anyways. All right. Let's go ahead. Get some scoops out of this and start layering it in. I'm going to probably do, I don't know, maybe a good 1.5 inches or so. Like I said, primarily keeping it all to the center and back right of the tank. It's going to kind of come out about 3/4 of the way across. But I have this idea in my head. I want like a little bit of a beach around the front. I'm not 100% sure what I am going to be putting in yet, but I love quarries, so there's a good chance that there's going to have some quarries in here, so I want to be able to have some open space to see them come out and do their thing, because, man, they're just cool. I just absolutely love all different types of quarries. Okay, I think that's probably good. Like I said, most of the plants are kind of towards the back that would actually be using this. A bunch of the boosts and everything are going to be on the actual driftwood itself. So they're going to be pulling nutrients from the water column and don't really need all these. But the root plants or the stem plants and then the ones that actually are rooted, they'll definitely love this and should be healthy for a good long time. All right, let's get the proper little tool out, all right, kind of clean this up. I'm definitely not typically fancy when it comes to building these out, but it's all for the YouTube. Got to make it look professional. It is a handy tool, though, I'm not going to lie, for cleanup and everything like that. Okay. Base layer done. Let's set that off to the side. All right, next up is the sand. Again, I'm going to probably fast forward through this part a little bit. It's basically just capping it all off. I'm going to leave a thinner layer towards the front because, like I said, there's not going to be anything planted up here. And then I'm going to build it up, and it's going to have a slope up into the right of the tank. I just like that depth that it actually creates. So let's go ahead and get to that. Okay, guys, we have got the base layer in. We got our nutrient layer, and then we got that all capped with sand. And at this point, we are ready to start messing with placement of things. I took a picture of the placement of the driftwood in the way that I wanted, and as a reference when I was messing around, I am hoping that I can kind of redo it again the way that it was. That all being said, this is going to take a little bit of time. This is a process. I put stuff in, I kind of take it back out, I put it back in, take it back out until I find something that I really like. And like I said, it's going to take a little bit of time. So enjoy the bit of the time lapse. And when I finally figure out something that I really like, I will definitely show you guys up close. And then I hope that you guys enjoy it as well. Okay, hear me out. I think I got something I like. Now, that rock will not stay there. I'm using it to prop this piece of wood up right here. I think I like how it all pushes out and to the left, and then this will all be open space over here. I'm just using that rock to prop that while I glue everything in place. Should create a lot of cool little like hidey holes. Still got plenty of space to clean on the sides. Um, yeah, I think we're kind of getting somewhere. We shall see, but bear with me. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get all this glued up and I will remove that and I will get back to you guys and show you what I think the final will be. Okay, I have got this all in. I'm pretty happy with the shape. I know the glare is so bad. I'm sorry, guys, but as you can see, it is all in. Um, it was kind of a struggle for a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, but I got it in. It is glued in place. Um, let's just hope, like honestly, let's just hope that everything's good. I did soak all the wood for 4 days, really to help with the tannins and everything like that because it was new wood. I soaked it in my bathtub and I just did water changes over and over. Um, I am on well water, so I don't have chlorine or anything in my water or anything like that, so I don't have to worry about that like soaking into the wood or anything like that. I don't know if that's even a thing, but I've been on well water pretty much my whole life. But that being said, it is dense. It was kind of already sinking on its own. I did use that one big rock in there to glue everything to, and then I also glued the wood to itself in the spots that I had. I'm really hoping that's enough. We will see. Hopefully it doesn't float because I've had that happen before and it's absolutely awful and you have to kind of start all over. But that all being said, it is kind of turning out pretty nice. Not exactly how I had it initially, but I think it's going to work out pretty well. Now what I'm going to do is just add in some accent rocks. I have a bunch of different ones like, I don't know if you guys can see those, but I have some smaller pea gravel, a little bit bigger size. And then I actually also have these ones that I went and got out of my garden. It's just more river rock, but I washed them all thoroughly. So I have different options to play with, and then I still have a bunch of those large ones. But with this tank already where it's at, I kind of want to leave all this space open. So I don't know if I'm going to do any more big ones, just that one that kind of helped anchor everything. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead, get that knocked out, and when I have all that finished, I will come back and show you guys where I'm at. Okay, here we are so far, guys. Hope you can kind of see what I am trying to accomplish here. Here's the beach side that's kind of open. And we got a bunch of the different textures and sizes of the river stone. I'm really starting to like it. I think it is starting to come together. I really do like the shape of this. Creates tons of little hiding places. Like I said, not really sure what I'm going to put in it yet. But man, I think it is coming together pretty great. I don't know. What do you guys think? You liking it so far? I think it's pretty good. It is getting kind of late, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to come back tomorrow and we'll add in the plants and then fill it up and see how it's looking. Okay, guys, it is the next day and it is time to finally get this tank finished. I have had most of the morning and rest of the evening yesterday to kind of look at it. And I am actually very happy with how it looks so far. I just think the placement's pretty good. And as soon as we add those plants, it's really going to add a whole lot more to this tank. So let's go ahead, get that all done. I'm going to break down the plants. Some bunches, like these bunches right here, I am going to probably separate them out so I can get them broke down into a few extra bunches and get a little bit more placement. And over time, as the tank grows, like I said, I'll trim the stems, replant them, and we'll kind of start filling in the whole background. And on a later note, I will do a full tank update and see how we're doing with it. But that all being said, let's go ahead and get this tank planted. Okay, that is all the stem plants and the rooted plants. Next, we are going to move on to the Boost Mini Dark Needle and the, oh man, Ketagang Round Boost. All right, we're going to get these prepped and get them on. I will be gluing them into the places using some super glue. I use the gel because then it doesn't drip. There's definitely times for the thin as well for connecting like larger scape to the rocks and everything. But I'm just going to be using a little bit of the gel, just a quick dab, put these in place, hold them there for a second, and they will stay in place. So let's go ahead and get to it. All right, guys, it is all planted. I think it's gonna be beautiful. We won't really know how everything sits till we fill it up with water. So I am gonna go and get it put in its place, which is actually up on this gap right here, next to some of my nanos and everything like that. But I think it's gonna be a beautiful home. So I'm gonna go ahead, get it put up there, fill it up with water, and then I'll come back with some shots and show you guys what it looks like. All right, guys, the tank is filled and running. Man, it looks good. I ended up putting a hang on the back filter. It is this one right here. It is their XL size. I have a bunch of the smaller ones on some of my nano tanks. It seems to work pretty good. Plus, it kind of is hidden pretty good in there as well. I ended up also using a fluval heater. Nothing crazy. But man, I think it turned out great, guys. We'll see how the plants do. I am going to put on a small CO2 system on this. Never used CO2 before, but I got this one system I want to try out. I'm going to do a separate video on that will have like a 2 and a 4 week update on the plants themselves, just so we can see if it was worth the money or not. It was not an expensive one, so I really just want to kind of see on that. But guys, man, I think it turned out great. If you guys like it, please go ahead and let me know down in the comments, and also give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. And until next time, guys, I hope you have a great day, and we will catch you on the next one.